Oh no, it's part two. Hello. Hello. Considering I just got on, we'll figure it out in about 5 minutes. You know, when all hang breaks loose and, you know, everyone dies around me and things like that, you know. Israel's a good nation. I mean, don't take it from me. I only have 8-0. I'm trying to grind out this thing, and it's a pain. Also, my phone is acting really, really weird. It used to do like one of those like automatic things where the brightness would turn up and down automatically, but now it's not doing that, so I don't know how to turn that on. Help me. I don't know. 7-7 is not that painful. If you get the Centurion, the stabilizer is very helpful. And the barrel depression is very helpful on that thing too. Angle it slightly and you'll do really good with it too. Hello, Chris. What's up? Anyway. So yes, we are going to do a custom, and I'm going to explain what the custom is going to be because I had this idea in my head this morning. I can eventually, Hans, if you want, I can help you with the Magok. It's a good tank. It just the stock shell sucks. The Magok 2 is a little bit better, but the stock shell still sucks. So you still run into that issue. No, I will explain when I get done with this battle, and you will wait, dear sir. Or I will slap you. With my 155 long barrel Moonshine Raiders Adolph's Assassin Magok freaking looking thing. I find that the Magok 2, the only difference is I think they upgrade the engine somehow. But like other than that, there's no difference in the freaking tank. Like the gun's exactly the same. You don't really get a 105 until way later. Okay, now they just shot a tank destroyer. Oh, I see him, and I don't have barrel depression to hit him. Let me see if I can very quickly solve that issue. Nope, he's aiming at me. I love the fact that he aimed at me. He was ready for me. And that is why I never, ever get to use that tank. Yeah, I leveled up the other M109, but I haven't. I don't. I try not to use it. Give me a second. Did I just read that somebody corrected me on what it is? Don't you dare. I know what it is, I just like calling it a artillery piece. Or whatever the flip I called it. I will shoot the M42. And I will show no remorse in doing it either. And I'll make you feel bad about your life choices because of the fact you made me angry enough to shoot a child. Also, this kind of shines a little bit of light and kind of gives a hint on what we're doing tonight. So, the plan is I'm going to have you guys, the viewers, grab anything 6.7 or below if you want to. And you guys are going to get to grab heat rounds. And that's a tank. Barrel up for a reason. Driver! No, that's complete boulder dash. That's better. And, anyway, my turret fell off. But, anyway. And I'm going to grab heat spammers. That means anything in the German, American, you know, short barrel German, anything with heat rounds. And I'm not going to spam the Israeli tanks. I'm not going to be that cruel to you guys. So, like, the short barrel, like Panzer IVs, the Panzer III-N, the Stug with the short barrel Panzer III, like, stuff like that. And I want to see if I can pin things like the American T-34 and stuff like that with the heat round. Like, because I obviously know I can pin it with this, but, like, I'm curious if I have enough pin on something like a short barrel 75 to pin it. And I just want to have a little bit of fun with that tonight. Because last night I tried to do something with fighter versus bombers, and there was one guy that joined and he just like, I went AFK and I said, hey guys, I'm going AFK. I went for like a few seconds, I came back, and this guy was like right behind me, 0.23 miles away from me. And I J'd out, and he's like, I wasn't even gonna shoot you. And I'm like, buddy, the moment I would have moved, you would have freaking put a shell in my cockpit and killed me. Anybody that's that close would have done that. I would have done that. And I ended the stream because of him. I did. Hold on. And I didn't really say anything, but, you know, I didn't say anything directly to him, but I made it very clear that he was the reason that I left. I made my little comments that I sometimes make to let people know. In the experiment, I mean, you know, you'll have to be going against me, but I don't see why not. Also, my tank does not have the tracks apparently to keep up on the mountain, because it just basically yeeted itself off the mountain. I'm so glad those are friendly jets. Well, that one's dead, but friendly jets, yes. Oh, that's a big bomb. My God. That AA gun ran for his life. The only issue is the max BR is going to be 6.7. So, you know, just be aware of that. Well, if you have the IS-3, you should have the IS-2. And if you have the IS-2, then you should have decent armor. Especially with the stuff I'm going to be bringing out first. Wait, I'm sorry, did an AA gun just murder a tank destroyer? Okay, oh my T-34. Dear sir, cease and desist. Sir, cease and desist. Alright, he made me use deadly force. That's when you know somebody's packing way too much ammunition in their tank. You're welcome, little fella. Holy crap! Now you better retreat. You saw that massive heat round and he's like, nope, ain't going over there. Bro yeeted himself off the map. Bro is using all the smoking tactics. Oh, that makes my day. Bro thought he had it and then lost his head. He was screaming to his teammates, "I got this, guys!" Blows up immediately. I guarantee you those were the words that that man was using. I got this. No, you don't. I just got shot in the back. No! He's got heat rounds. Thank you. The one thing that you guys got to understand with the IS-2, the IS-2 is nothing but the IS-1 with a bigger gun. That is the only difference. But they place it at a higher BR because I guess they figure that it's smart. It's not smart. I hate to be mean, but it's not. Does this thing have heat rounds as well? No, heat FS. You know, I don't know what to tell you guys with heat FS. I mean, it is a heat round. I'll let you guys decide on that one. Yes, heat FS or no heat FS. I'll let you guys decide on that one. Yes or no on the heat FS. Because that's something that I want to say yes to, but it's also something that I feel like would be slightly unfair because of it being a stabilized shell. So I will slap my, now obviously, yes, I am bringing out my M3 Lee and M3 Grant because I love them both, and I love them. But I have my Heat FS on this tank. I'll show you guys. So I do have Heat FS. Of course, we have the heat round in that, and I forgot I put that on the side of my tank. I'm trash talking the Germans. Alright, so let's see. I have pretty much everything I need in that preset. So also, if you guys would like to see me try and play some like Naval Arcade, let me know, because I might actually try that. Just for funny. I know that has Heat FS. I'm trying to think of things that has like heat rounds. Now, if we were being realistic, I could bring out every German tank because they all have heat rounds. But I'm more or less trying to keep it realistic. Now, I know this has Heat FS. So, are we going to go with yes on the Heat FS or no on the Heat FS? I need to know if I can bring out Heat FS or not. Because if not, then, you know, I need to know. Also, this thing does have a heat round. More of a retreat slinger, but we'll talk about that later. And the Martyr does technically have a heat round as well. It doesn't matter. If you have a specific tank that you would like to bring, that is fine. I don't care. I will say this, though. Due to the fact that it's only going to be me, if there is a plane in my loadout like there is here in the German one, I will bring it out. But I won't... Yes, the max BR is 6.7. Yes, that is correct. I will probably bring out the thingy, but the possibility of me using it is pretty slim. Alright, so that's my KV setup. So let's see what I can do. I might need your username, Hans. Let me get my loadouts ready first before you start spamming me with usernames. Alright, so I know the SU-122 has a heat round. Happy. Happy. That does not... I know you don't. I know the PT-76 does. That's sad. Like, the PT-76 is quite literally the only vehicle other than the SU-122 that has a heat round in the Russian tech tree. Unless you go to a higher BR. Do you want us to just be test subject to the fight back? Why would I want you guys to sit there and let me beat you up? Of course I want you to fight back. Where's the fun in you guys just sitting there and being like, well, this is my life now? Where's the fun in that? Oh, God. See, the biggest issue is the British, because the British doesn't have any heat rounds. They have HE rounds. We will resist and bite. I could do an HE thing with the Japanese, but we're doing heat rounds, not HE rounds, so that kind of kicks them out of the whole club. I don't know if I have the heat round for this yet. I do! Hello. We will resist and bite. Oh, all of these have heat rounds. Wait, I don't think this one does. It does, but I'm not going to use that one because, wait, what's the pin on it? What's the pin ratio on that? You know, they're not very detailed with this stuff anymore. Oh, whatever. We'll try it, I guess. Not keep your crap. Also, ignore my maniacal laughing that I just did. It wasn't there. You didn't hear a thing. I can turn on some music if you guys want. We resist. Yeah, these are going to be another one because they only really have one. So I think for the sake of just not causing you guys a pain of me having to leave and come back, leave and come back, leave and come back, I'm only going to use the Israeli, the Italians, the Russians, the Americans, and the Germans. Okay, so y'all never did answer the question, yes or no to the Heat FS. I mean, technically it is still a heat round. The only difference is it's a fin stabilized shell. So, I mean, okay, I'll go with yes then. Okay. All right, pain and suffering, here we come. Heat FS is great at like 5, I want to say like 5.3 up to like 6.770, but once you get into that like higher than that, it starts becoming completely useless. Trust me on that, it's completely useless. Alright, we just did that one yesterday, so oh, this is going to be sweet. Alright, ignore the fact I had it at alright, Chris, I gotta remember what your name was. Of course, his name would be Ivan. Hold on. Eight. Let me see. Okay. I'll add you to contact right quick. That makes things easier. Yeah, I know. I just have to get him in here. And then Ivan, there you go. There's your invite. Alright, dear God. Alright, so because of the fact that I'm against you guys, I'll do the star, and then you guys need to use the cross. Because I am the star of the show. I'll shut up now. What do you mean it's the wrong password? It's my password. I know the password to my own computer. Are SPAs with ridiculous pin okay? No. I'm gonna say no, considering. And since we're doing this, we will resist and bite. Da 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 da. I have to get my Sabaton songs going. Give me a second. Ooh, Trenches is a good song. By Pop Evil. It's a very good song. I would definitely recommend. You know, since we're doing this,
best 200-word essay in 10 minutes will win $200.
I think I'll win.
No, I'm gonna win.
War is coming swiftly, the border's closing in. We're a company of soldiers, they're holding right but strong. All alone, stand alone.
know, if you think about it, the M8 HMC is a mini M18. No, y'all can use whatever shells you want. I'm the one using heat. Please don't stream snipe. Give me a second. I think I heard my Discord go off too. So I'm going to be AFK for a sec. Yeah, he found me all right. He found me and murdered me. Well, it's a 75 millimeter heat round with a short barrel round. I wasn't expecting for you to really get much damage from that shell, if I'm being honest. Also, can we talk about the fact that this 105 howitzer for an American Sherman was probably the dumbest idea that America ever came up with? And the bad thing was, I don't even think it was America that came up with it. I think it was a British... I'm low on gas, cover me, crit, really? It's the most corny thing I think I'll ever hear either one of you say. Oh God, I hate yawning. You know what's sad? I heard his engine, and I was like, oh, this is gonna be an easy kill. And then I immediately exploded because all you heard was uh-oh, and then I blew up. I'm just gonna... I don't know where the gas station is on this map, so... know, it's nice that they decorate or camouflage the ammo and the machine guns too. You know what else is a average German experience late war? Wasting your shells needlessly, hoping that you do something. We're not going to talk about the Battle of the Bulge. That was a very horrible time for them. I want to push out, but I'm afraid if I do, I'm going to explode. Oh well, if I explode, I'll explode in victory. I don't think he realizes I went exactly back to where I was earlier. Wait a second, I knew where the gas station was. I'm just an idiot. Holy shnikey! Hi. He deserved it. Gunner, machine gunner. Come here and let me kill you. That 105 doesn't scare me. It's scary. It's scary. It's suddenly scary. What in the vertical? Oh, that's important for you. So in other words, if okay, I see how it is. Okay, so if I just hit there, yeah, there we go. How does it feel not having a gunner? Huh? Just doing the... Oh, I just hit something important. Oh. Man, I got stuck on something. I call redo. Man, that was pathetic. You know what's sad? Like, I pulled up. And I pulled up and like I didn't see him because he was hiding, and then like he started moving and he turned his barrel towards me, and I was like, wait a minute. And I saw him. I'm like, oh no. And I was like, well, I'm gonna die anyway, I'm gonna shoot. And then I took his gunner and I was like, oh, I have a chance. And then my inner German, or my inner American came out, and I just rushed him like an idiot. No more spinning for you. I'm scared now because I know there's a Russian somewhere. And I'm afraid if I turn a corner, then I'm going to have to go bring out my little rinky-dink German 75s. Nah, I'm pretty sure Russian's just better. Because a Russian, he only stops to drink vodka, and he only does that when he's done. The British have to stop and drink their tea at tea time. That could be at the middle of a combat area, and they're like, hold on, time out! I have to bloody drink my tea. How to make a British man rage. I feel like for that comment and that comment alone, I'm gonna get exploded by a Russian tank. I'm sorry. No. Oh my god. He's behind me, isn't he? And the American still comes out on top. Offense taken, proceeds to miss shot. Just like a British Maine. Wait, do you even play Britain? I gotta ask that question because I just called you a British Maine without knowing if you played Britain or not. I can't see anything because all the dialogue that's going on in the stream. Hello there. How don't you No, the freaking no. You were angled just enough that my shell ricochet. That wasn't even like a Gaijin thing. That was just the fact that you were angled just perfectly that my shell ricochet. I should have never took that shot. No one takes my cup of tea from me. Replenishing my crew. No, that's not fair. You have to operate with 2 or 3 or 1 crewman. No. I can camouflage as a truck. Look at this. I look like a truck, right? Totally. You know, I'd love to see them add. I want to see them add like those kind of trucks with like anti-aircraft guns on them and stuff like that. That'd be interesting. You know what's funny? Germany has the most HE spammers. An infantry half-track with a main MG42. That would be interesting, yes. But I get the feeling with them adding infantry in the next... infantry in the next update, I get the feeling we're probably going to start getting vehicles like that in the game that are playable. Which I'm both excited for and both disappointed in, because I feel like nobody really wanted infantry as a playable effect. I feel like people just wanted it as an AI thing, but instead they're making it a playable feature. And with a lot of the maps, like this one in particular, it's going to be a pain in the rear end trying to play an infantryman. Like, can you imagine, like, trying to run across a field in this game as an infantry person? Exactly. Like, the stress level is going to be very high because you're going to turn around a corner and there's just going to be a Tiger 2 in front of your face, and you're going to be like, oh. And then the barrel is going to be the last thing that you see before you get a shell to your face, you know? Finally, what? No, you didn't. No, you don't. Nah. I'm a scouting vehicle. I don't even have... Not anymore. Nah, I'm just a broke down piece of junk. Send help. I got 2 people that want to eat me. You know, if I have to, I'll outlaw Israel for you two, just to make it more difficult on y'all. Yeah, what's funny is I went that way, and don't look anywhere. I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here. I'm not here. For the love of God, I'm not here. Tell me more about my eyes. Anyway, I'll shut up now. Little does he know I'm right back where I once was. I feel like he knows. Dear God, he does know! Oh dear God, he does know! Oh dear God, reverse! Luckily he can't hit what he can't see. Problem is, I can't hit what I can't see either. And this thing sucks at reversing. I think Hans went and got his food. You know what's funny about having the name Ivan? There was a dude in history named Ivan the Terrible, which is kind of ironic. I just performed the ultimate flanking maneuver, and they'll never guess where I'm at. Someone please clip that. Oh, I can't breathe. Oh no. I sounded like the stupid rubber chicken. Oh God. Oh. Oh. Oh God. Oh God. The sad part is, like, I turned the corner, and like my ultimate reaction was to scream to the top of my lungs, nothing else. Oh my God. Also, I'm assuming that Copy wants in. Not this again! Why do I always get in myself? I did a cool drift and everything just to die. I didn't see you. Okay. I'll be eating soon myself, so. Eat heat rounds. Oh no! And who says heat rounds aren't a viable option? I'm just giving away my position, but whatever. Dang it. Ow. Hello. Wait, that wasn't the... I brought out the wrong variant in the wrong order, but whatever. They both have the same gun. I took your breach too, Chris. How's that make you feel? Don't worry, your commander will replace your loader, though. It's the one thing I hate about, like, that. Like, the commander is trained. The Russian main, that's actually British. Aha! That is not what I wanted to take. Ow. I looked at it wrong. In my defense, that's what happened there. I read gunner. Actually, they're not bullying anything. I submitted myself to this. Willingly. Hello, duck. Oops, that's a concrete wall. Oh no. Ah! Oh. Just ah! Oh. They'll never be able to pin me with this. My armor is so strong. Did y'all move again? I took his track for the second time now. No, it's Afghanistan. And I'm a terrorist. Rah, fear me. You know, you're using a concrete slab. I don't want to hear it, alright? You're using a concrete slab. Stop being American. This ain't freaking villages in Afghanistan. Yeah, I can go there. And I went there. Oh, I turned the wrong corner. Ha! Oh no! Oh! Oh, hi. You die first. Yep, that's your driver. Now I'm just gonna use you as cover. Yep. There you go. Hi. I'm getting very... What are you doing here? No. No. Friggin... I would have had it had that not showed up. Would have stayed out of the freaking battle and let me deal with the freaking.
Klarmachen zum Gefecht. Kraftfahrer bereit. Richtschütze bereit. Ladeschütze bereit. Kraftfahrer, vorwärts, Marsch. Verstanden. Rohladung geladen. Wir wurden getroffen. Aufgeräumt. The enemy's getting closer to victory.
Wolf decides to go quiet when Wolf gets a little pissed off. I'm done. We're done. Need time to cool off. Of course it's an up tier. I don't know, it depends on if you want to shoot me with another AA gun or not. I am so about to die when an AMX M4 comes around the corner. Unless, in fact, it doesn't come around the corner, and it comes to my side, and then it kills me from behind. Oh no! Just too many thoughts in my head. Well, everything died, so it's fine. You know, it's sad when the mobile artillery piece gets stopped with a few brick pieces. What was that song that I used to really like? What did it say? I cannot for the life of me remember what it used to say, but it was like a really good song and I really loved it. There's darkness in my head or something like that was what it used to say. Bro knows. Bro knows what's waiting around him. Or waiting for him around that corner. I said I needed to cool off. That means to leave me to myself for a few minutes. That does not mean try and contact me through the chat. It means leave me the flip alone. Thank you. I can't waste my shells on two different tanks, so I need to know who I'm shooting at first. I'm scared because I know there's a panther coming around I'm gonna die either way I look at it. We will reconvene after this match and after these messages. I feel like sometimes I'm like out of those, like one of those really stupid commercials. Y'all know the commercials I'm talking about? Or the really stupid ones? I hear a tiger behind me and that bothers me. Okay, are they or are they not killing him? Nope, they didn't kill that one! Well, I took his track, he took my track, now it's just a slap fight. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have came after you. Please forgive me. Okay, I'll take that as a no. Bro got slapped and then immediately just kind of just shot me as a retaliation to getting slapped. But anyway, I'm sorry if I act like a child sometimes when it comes to people trying to apologize to me, but when, like, I'm trying to have a little bit of fun, and then I quite literally go silent for a little while, and then I tell you that I'm getting pissed off, and then people are like, hey, you know, don't do certain things, especially people that have been in the streams long enough to know that there are certain things that you can do that'll piss me off. And then you go and do the thing, you know, just you gotta learn to listen. That's all I'm gonna say. Pay attention to the others around you, because they tried to warn you that I was getting pissed off. And that if it didn't stop, that I was going to leave. And then what happened? I left. I didn't used to leave and get pissed off as easily, but I have gotten to a point now to where I can't handle as much stress as I used to be able to. I've had a lot of things piled up on me, and I hope that you guys can understand that. I do this whole thing for you guys. I want you guys to understand that. But if we're gonna do this, if we're gonna have fun together, bro doesn't know where the tank is that's sitting on the point, making his life miserable. I don't care about the apology, I just want you to learn from the mistake that you made. Okay, whatever the thing is very small. Very small. Oh, it's not small at all. It's a very large vehicle. Oh, son of... No, there's two of them! I didn't see that one! I couldn't care less about an apology. But learning from your mistakes is way more important to me than an apology. Because what do learning from your mistakes keep you from doing? Keeps you from making the same mistakes again. I know I've learned from many of my mistakes. So do not think for 1 second that I'm a prick. Don't think that I'm ignoring you. It's just that I choose to not pay attention to an apology because of the fact that I want you to understand. Stop grinding the Timu tech tree. And no, that is not a British thing. That is a Canadian thing. My God, can we talk about how much the freaking Canadians apologize? Like, dear Lord. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Ah. It's just a constant apologizing, and it's like, bro, you haven't done anything. Okay, that BTR is starting to tick me off with the constant doop 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 doop. How's that thing even labeled as a tank destroyer? No. No! I said no. Alright, now where's the BTR at? That's the one I want. I want the freaking BTR. That's the one I want. I don't care about anything else. I want that little rat. If he somehow gets behind me, I'm gonna be mad. It's okay, a little artillery doesn't hurt anybody. But that does. Okay, I don't know where the BTR went. That's bothering me. I'm afraid that I'm gonna like go to a corner and then there he's gonna be like pop out of nowhere like duk, 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 duk. I'm gonna be like, where the fuck did you come from? I hate that duk, 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 duk is sound, and it is the bane of my existence. Also, what do you guys think about them apparently going to create a second Cruella movie? And apparently they're casting the same... What the... No. No, 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 no. My turn. My gunner's still alive, you punk! Oh. Hide. Hide the tank. Hey, newsflash, bud. Oh, my track's dead. His barrel's dead. I win. Oh, hey, remember the BTR I was talking about? There he is. I can't fire the machine gun. If I get this machine gun back, I'm going to kill him. He's trying to keep me from... Okay, so he took my gunner. Okay, can I get the machine gunner back, please? Top machine gun, there we go. Yeah, he immediately backed off on that one. No, 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 BTR. You don't get to reverse. You don't get to do that. I told you didn't get to do that. I told him he didn't get to do that. Y'all heard me tell him that. Told you I'd kill that sucker. And I walked away victorious. Look at that. We are the champions, and you are the son of a... Oh, it's an airplane. That's scary. I think I just accidentally made him miss by hitting a concrete wall. You know, wow, that is a lot of work that he's putting in just to try and kill me. Dear Lord, that was a lot of work. Alright, now, I am going to do something that is not really going to be very fair to y'all, but because of the fact that I know that there's going to be a buttload of y'all and not very many of me, I'm going to do something very evil. Devilish smile appears on my face. No, I'm going to raise the BR to 8-0, but you guys are still stuck at 6-7. Because of the fact that I am the only one that's going to be on my team, I'm going to get to use overpowered vehicles. But y'all are in numbers. I am only one person. Now that does not mean that you can go and grab rat tanks and bring them out and rat me to death. I want to see tanks. If I see a freaking M22, I'm putting a shell the size of your forehead in it. depending on the howitzer. Okay, so we just did Alaska, so cargo port's a pain. We did Sweden the other day, so we'll clear that one out of the drawing board. This one's a pain in the rear end to do. Red Desert. We haven't done Red Desert, actually. We'll do Red Desert. And I'm actually raising the BR to 8.3 because I have a fighter that I'm going to use. So I will invite all who want to participate. I don't really know who that is. I'm assuming you. I'm assuming you. I'm assuming Ivan. Pack Attack's already in here. And I don't know if Chris is going to join or not. It doesn't even look like he's even on anymore. So, yeah. I'm waiting to see if I'm waiting to see if our dear friend Chris wants to join or not, or if he decided to abandon us. Well, Duck, I can't remember your freaking name, so I'm gonna have to wait. Your Pack Attack. Never mind. You mean that 5.3 M4? You know, I looked at that and I found out that thing it was at 5.3, and it blew my mind. Considering I think the Japanese get one, the Germans get one, the Americans get one, and all of them are at 6.3. But then the Chinese one is at 5.3. Where is the logic in that? It's the same tank, but all that they do is they strip like the APCR shells, or the APDS shells and the APCR shells out of it, and they put it at 5.3. That's the only difference. I looked at the shells, and that's the only difference. So y'all are gonna have to be on the cross. Yeah. Alright guys, I'll be AFK for I don't know how long, so just get yourselves ready. I'll be back. Yes. What's going on? Are we ready to go? Pack attack. If you'll get out of the match or whatever, I'm gonna let you and Ivan, if he's back, I'm gonna let you two do your thing while I feed my brother and get him changed. Let y'all two go against one another. Oh, it feels good to fart. Oh. So I'm gonna end up having to be AFK for a little bit. So if y'all two want to go, I'll do one tank thing right quick, and then I have to go AFK to change my brother. So if y'all want to try and murder one another or whatever, that's fine. Also, I love the fact they call this the Red Desert. This is very pretty. What do you guys think? Y'all think it's pretty? I think it's pretty. Pretty, nice. There's a lot of words to describe this place. Dusty would be a word. Yeah, it does really remind me of the Grand Canyons. Yeah, apparently the Grand Canyons used to have rivers running through them. And that's how they were formed, is because the fact that the rivers just naturally eroded the the canyons down the way that they did. And there's still water down in some of them. It's just not as much as it used to be. There's actually a story of a dude, I think he went to, if I'm thinking correctly, there is, also I'm just following this road at this point, there's a story of a dude, I think he actually went to the Grand Canyon, and he was hiking, and he went down into like this hole or whatever, and his hand got stuck, and he was miles away from anybody. He was miles away from cell reception or anything, so he could not contact anybody. And this is actually based on a true story. And this guy, he fell down into the canyon and his hand got stuck, and for like days this man was stuck in the canyon hoping that somebody would find him. And like he ended up like peeing in a bottle and putting it in the sun and drinking his own pee to survive and stuff like that, just to, you know, stay alive. And eventually he just got fed up with waiting on anybody to come and save him. So what he does is he cuts his freaking hand off, and he ends up finding people in time before he bleeds out, and they ended up medevacing him out of the Grand Canyon using a helicopter. And he ended up living to be like a really old dude. But it's just a really interesting story of how some people will go above and beyond to stay alive. Also, can we talk about the fact that basically this is just a road that just drives beside, like how, like this is a very beautiful area. You dare fire at me, I fire back. Took your loader. What you gonna do about it? Bounce. Where'd you even shoot me at? Because it just, all I heard was dink. No, Hans. Because then that defeats the purpose. Also, can I talk about the fact that I really don't like this version of the Tehran? I like the Tehran 4 more than I do the Tehran 4S. And by the way, this is one of the vehicles that you will have access to. The Tehran 4 and the Tehran 4X or 4S is the two vehicles that you'll have access to. And I love the Tehran itself, or the Tehran, excuse me. But I don't like the barrel depression. That is the one that, like, I hate that it's a Russian tank. It's a great tank. Like, I love how low it sits and everything compared to, like, the Magaks. But isn't there a Tehran 6? I don't know. I haven't went that far in the tech tree yet. I do know that originally I started playing out Israel just to get like, I'm not even joking with you, I quite literally started playing Israel just to get the Merkavas. That was the reason to get for me playing Israel. And like, I kept playing and playing and playing, and I got up to 8-0 and I just gave up playing. Like, I just completely stopped playing because of the fact it got boring. And then, not only that, but there was that one guy I ran into at 8-0 that time, and he called me a inbred pig fuck. Because of the fact that, if I remember correctly, I was in my Magak 2. Either that or I was in my Magak 3 ERA. One of the two. And there was a Tiger 2 in front of me, and I knew I could pin it. And I had just fired my shell, and I was loading up my other shell. And one of these, basically, came around the corner, shot, and killed me. Well, my ammunition exploded because he hit my ammunition. He was standing quite literally right next to me in his tank, and he was in the Sheridan with the 76. I remember the tank very well because I remember him falling back and then pulling forward when I pulled forward. And he exploded when I exploded, and then he proceeded to get pissed off at me, calling me blind and saying that I didn't see the Tiger. And for the rest of the match, we went back and forth, and then the last thing that he said to me was that I was an inbred pig fuck. Ow. So yeah, that was one of the reasons that I stopped messing around with Israel, was because of that guy. And it was nothing but him being angry because of the fact he exploded beside me because of him making the mistake. But the bad thing was, he never admitted to the fact that he made the mistake by standing beside me. He wanted to blame me and me alone because of the fact that I exploded beside him, and that it was all my fault because of the fact that I exploded beside him. And it's like, well, dude, it takes two to explode beside one another. I mean, look at how many times Bo and Co. has exploded beside one another because of the fact that they've made a mistake like that. Death to you. Like that, for instance. Pack attack, there's nothing left of you. Except a wheel. Oh, the Americans are here. Wait, hold on. Okay, I was just making sure. You missed. Well, you hit, but you didn't do anything. Yeah, it's a bad idea for me to come up here because I don't have the barrel depression nor the reload time for this. Oh, my track. You little... You better be good, man. You better not shoot me. Well, you know, actually, it would be really smart for you to shoot me right now because my barrel does not do... This is as far as my barrel depression goes. Can you believe this? Like, what is it with the Russians and their barrel depression, bro? This is just sad. Do you agree? Ouch. That hurt my feelings a little bit. Alright, I got to go AFK to feed my brother and get him changed. So, I'll be back. I'm back. What I oh. I'm a little scared now. I don't know where y'all are at. That worries me. This thing actually does really well cross country, believe it or not. Why do I get the feeling I'm about to regret going over here? What the ferdonkadonk do y'all want? Die. That is the body of the fallen comrade. Ow, my barrel. Yeah, I could come up with the excuse that he shot first, but that would be a complete and total lie. What comrade are you talking about? I don't think you're towing that one. I think you shot too much crap. Now I want you to take a look at this tank. Now this is basically, they call it the Magach 3 ERA. Now I am researching a Magach 3, a certain Magach 3. And I can tell you, this one right here helped me grind a lot. It actually did. Like, I never figured this thing would help me grind as much as it did. But it honestly did. It helped me grind a lot when I was playing it before. But it's basically the same tank as you. It has a 105mm gun. They stripped the 50 cal off of it, which is weird. I don't know where you went. That's even scarier. Why are you towing your comrade? But yeah, this is what the Israelis did to the Magak. Why would you shoot me? It would be so nice to eventually be able to do a custom match without having to worry about having somebody murder you because of the fact you pull up beside them. Someone asked the question earlier if there was a Turan 6. There is, and it basically looks like I want to say a T-55 maybe. It has a 115 millimeter cannon at 8.7. It has, like, for no reason at all, 4 machine guns. And then the funny thing is, right underneath it is the Merkava that I was talking about that I want, so... But the bad thing is like, you're still using the Magaks into 9.7. Like, this is they call it the Sabra Mark 1, but it is nothing but a Magak that they have modified heavily. Like, very heavily. And they have put a 120 millimeter cannon in it, short barrel, obviously. And I want to call this thing a mini Leopard because it really does remind me of like a mini Leopard. But after that, it just goes on to the Merkavas, and then the Merkavas go on to 12.0, which I don't know. And of course, I have the AA gun that is on the Merkava chassis at 11.3 that has a 30 millimeter gun with ATGMs and all the other lovely stuff as well. Which they call it a light tank. Actually, it is a light tank. Okay, that's weird. And they have this one that's also on the Merkava chassis. And then they have this thing, which I don't know why in the world they have that, but okay. But anyway, yeah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just not in the mood tonight to constantly have to deal with getting murdered. So, you must excuse me for not exactly sounding very happy with getting shot several freaking times. I'd stop doing streams and stuff because of that, and people just, I guess they have not learned from them. Like, I have quite literally quit doing streams with custom battles as much as I used to. Like, if anybody remembers, we used to do hide and seeks like crazy. I stopped doing those because people would bring out little rat tanks and they would start killing me, and it would just make the game unfun. So I stopped doing those. We used to do AA versus planes, but people kept bringing out overpowered AA guns in those, so we stopped doing those. And now when I try to do these little like things, people bring out overpowered tanks or kill me way too much. And it's just like, it feels like I'm getting targeted. I mean, I get it, I'm the only person to kill, but when I pull up beside you and I'm trying to have like a full-on conversation with you, like it's a little rude to put a bullet in my tank. And it pisses me off, so I leave. So, you know. Have fun. I can't really grind out anything when it comes to the Israeli tech tree, because of the fact that I'm trying to grind out that 6.3 freaking thing, and it's an annoyance to try and do anything with, because of the fact that uh-oh. There's an M6A1 behind me, isn't there? Hold on, let me check my rear. Holy crap, there is! I can't deal with two things at one time. I guess I'm gonna have to. Surprise, mother tanker. He was not expecting me. Oh. Yeah, that kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, him shooting me like that. My mom's wanting to freaking aggravate me because of the fact she went back up to my Nana's house and she's depressed because of the fact that she put herself. So let me give you guys a little bit of context. So at one point, my mom actually quite literally my mom eventually got sick of dealing with everything and she walked away from everything, right? Well, she then went right back not long after And everything, and I do mean quite literally everything, got shoved on her. That's dealt with. Bro, I don't think there's anyone else, alright? You can stop blowing them up. And she willingly went back. Willingly now. Willingly went back. She wasn't forced. And the reason she went back was because of the fact that my aunt was having one of my aunts was having a rough time trying to do it all on her own. Well, okay, where is this guy? Hold on. Oh, the VK drove. Okay, so he left. Okay, we're good then. Oh no. I'll deal with him in a second, dude. You're gonna have to give me a second to cap this point. Survive. Please. Alright, point is capped. Alright, I'm rushing him. Let's see what he is. I get the feeling I know what he is. Fast fire rate. Oh, no, Nope. 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 I'll make him back up. That's about all I'm gonna do. He ain't gonna poke that corner, I'll tell you that. Big mistake, buddy. Bro thinks he knows what he's doing. I know what I'm doing, but... Okay, now you're just pissing me off. Okay, goodbye. I timed that shot perfectly, I believe. Alright, now I am not going to go that way because that's the way he wants me to go. But my mom is, bless her heart, I love my mom. My mom is doing everything she can to keep from having to put my Nana in a nursing home ever since the whole incident happened. And, you know, bless her heart for doing so. But it has come to the point to where my mom is quite literally the only one that's really actually doing anything. And, you know, I hate to be mean, but my Nana gave up on trying to make herself better a long time ago. She's not trying to help us get her better. She's not trying to help herself. So, you know, what is the use in, constantly dealing with her, you know? I love my Nana, I do. She has nothing to do with me, and I would love nothing more than to keep her around for many, many years. But it should not be left up to me and my mom alone to take care of my Nana. It is not our job and not our job alone to take care of her. It should have never been mine and my mom's job alone to take care of my Nana. And it has been that way for a long, long time that it was just us. But, you know. I just don't know, guys. The whole situation got dumped on me and my mom a while ago. And we've been basically left to fend for ourselves through it all. And what led to me quitting my job was, it wasn't because of the fact, and, you know, at first I thought this was the reason, but it wasn't because of the fact that they were overworking me, because dear God, no, they were not overworking me at all. As a matter of fact, I would have preferred for them to have worked me the amount that they did. But it wasn't because of that, it was because of the fact that my mom needed me. And I knew that. Is that a Panzer IV? You lucky devil, you took my barrel. Good job, bud. You ain't gonna get the kill, but good job. We finally got the BTR-ZD, thank God. Alright, so we're going to order that and get a crew later. Now we begin research on the 2S1. So that'll give me another tank destroyer to throw in here. It'll help me get rid of issues with that. So the plan is to get the ISU-122 leveled up completely. That's going to take a while. And once we get it leveled up completely, I'm going to throw in the SU-100. Now, obviously, the SU-100 won't get used. Duh. But, guys, a lot of y'all don't know this. I used Russia to grind out... I used Russia to grind out to get Israel. So I owe it to them... I owe a lot to them. I at least owe it to them to get their stuff to a point to where I'm happy with it. Now, obviously, I hate the freaking PT-76, so you won't see me using it. But, I love the ASU-57, though. That was a fun little tank. I am going to work on, after I get the 2S1 here, that'll be a HE/heat slinger, obviously. I'm going to work on getting the IS-2, and I think a lot of people are really going to love seeing me do some IS-2 content, because the IS-2 is probably a lot of people's favorite tank. So that'll be an interesting bit of hardware to use. The ASU-85, of course, we all know that's going to be a pain in my rear end to use because of the heat FS round that it gets. I don't like the way that they've got the new armor analysis for the heat FS rounds, because it doesn't tell you the penetration anymore. Like, it does not, like, it does for, like, regular shells, but as you can see, here it just says 5 millimeters of pen. Obviously, if you look, that's a lie. It got a lot more than 5 millimeters of pen on that freaking thing. So that's broken. They're gonna have to fix that, and I hope they address that bug soon. But another tank I hope to get is the SU-100, just because of the fact of how annoying I know it is. I know for a fact that I hate this tank, so I know that other people are going to hate the tank. So, you know, the funny thing is, I used to do this. I used to try and avoid the tanks that everybody hated, but now I'm the guy that's like, let me grab the tanks that everybody hates just so that I can use them. What happened to me, chat? What happened? I know what happened. Y'all happened. And then, of course, the IS. So the one thing that aggravates me is the fact that they put IS-2 1944 at 6.7 because the fact it has a machine gun. That is quite literally the only upgrade to the IS-2. Well, hold on. Let me look at the front end right quick. It might be a slight difference. Yeah, the front end is different. The IS-2's front end, the IS-2 1944, is different, but not by much. But I honestly, if I have to admit anything to you guys, I honestly can't wait to get to the T-54s. A friend of mine has them, and he says that they are a blast to play. So I want to get them so that I can play them with him. Me and him are probably, if I can play with him a little bit more often, I'm going to probably be playing a little bit more Russia than a lot of people want me to. With Germany, I don't know where I'm going to go with Germany, guys. I really don't. I'm to a point with Germany. 6.7 was kind of where I wanted to end it at. With Russia, I don't know where I want to end it. So, and then with America, I at least want to make it to 6.7. Get all the 6.7 tanks, and then after that, I don't know. So it's one of those areas where it's like a little bit of gray area as to how far I'm willing to take that tech tree. I at one point said that I would grind it out to get the 120S because of the fact that it was a baby Abrams. And that's at 10.3, and guys, I don't think I want to get 10.3. That just sounds like utmost suffrage. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see where it leads. But for now, and then with Britain, I know for a fact I at least want to get all the Centurions. So the Centurion Mark 10, obviously, is going to be one that I want. I might actually, if there is one tech tree that I want to get all the way through, it's probably the British, just because the fact that they have the Challengers. And I'm quite honest, if I'm being quite honest, I'm quite curious as to how good the Challengers are, and I want to play all of them because I'm that much of an annoyance. But anyway, I am going to end the stream here because I am very tired. I hope everybody has a lovely night. And remember, you mess with the wolf, you get the fangs. And also, Hans, I am glad that you finally got the Magok 2. I can tell you now the only difference is the engine is the difference. It has the same shell, everything. It is just basically another tank for you to bring out at 7.7. Anyway, I hope everybody has a lovely night. And remember, you mess with the wolf, you get the